software as a service, or SaaS as it's popularly known, it has grown significantly globally. The global market value at this point is over 100 billion dollars as of 2019. Um, and back home in India, as you said, there is a huge number of startups in the SaaS area who are coming up, who are growing very fast. And SaaS, for that matter, is not new to India. Software as a service is not a new thing, but it's just a reinvention of a service that existed. Of course, as a service, SaaS was not heard of about a decade ago, but there were a lot of companies that were into the sector long back, and today the country is thriving of a SaaS ecosystem that is seeing a fast-paced growth. Even during the pandemic, the SaaS industry has emerged as one of the most resilient and the fastest growing one. The advantage of scalability, low infrastructure needs, or ease of upgradation that the SaaS businesses offer has come as a key driver for this growth. And one of the estimates by NASSCOM is that Indian SaaS industry's revenue would be at about $3.5 billion, and forecast that number in terms of numbers, we will see a 6 times growth by 2025. So we are looking at a very greenfield area, if I may say so, in terms of a market or a sector that's going to grow in India in times to come. So, SaaS ecosystem in India, as I said, is witnessing a tremendous increase in activities in terms of the number of startups, in terms of new startups coming off scene, and also, the growth of some of them over the last couple of years. But along with this, behind all the high profile examples of success like Canva or Figma, there are a dozen of odd cases of Indian startups in the SaaS sector who never took off or just failed at what they were doing. And these were usually early stage, of their existence, and they did fail. Definitely, let us not, make the competition in the market the culprit for this. It was not the competition, but it was probably the startups themselves who had encountered challenges and turned out that they were not prepared for those, and hence they failed. One challenge, for example, is some companies did come up with a product or a service, I will say so, is a product which was not something that the market needed in the first place. They were solving something that companies were not interested in getting a solution to. So they're not solving an existing problem, but they're looking at a problem which the users were not interested to solve, or did not see it as a problem to begin with. Now that's one major reason for failure for some of these companies. Some companies failed or are facing challenges of not growing fast enough and are losing visibility in the market as well. So that's another challenge that I see. It does exist in the SaaS market. Weak management, again, is often a problem or a challenge that we've seen, where companies with a good product have also not been able to strive or drive the business further. Well, one key challenge that I wanted to also bring and highlight here was the whole security risk, because as soon as investors, they start looking at a company, and they're deeply now looking at the whole security readiness of a SaaS company. This is in addition to the traditional evaluation criteria these investors had. So what businesses need to do is they need to come up with a very clear risk assessment, a security readiness assessment, and look at how are they going to mitigate these risks and challenges as well. So the pandemic has been a damn squid for the SaaS startups in India. It has helped rather than create an issue or a challenge. and some of the startups have done pretty well during the whole pandemic situation as well. So, and it did help in solving some of the problems that companies look at or came up with because of the pandemic. So they were able to provide solutions to companies to help with those issues and challenges, and probably help them continue their businesses as well. So yes, the pandemic has been not as bad for the SaaS startups as it was for some of the other sectors. Thing that I would want to mention, or would want to want SaaS startups to look at, is how would they be mitigating risk, in terms of the security issue that some of the investors are deeply scrutinizing now. All this calls for is that SaaS startups and medium businesses uh, to put security at the core of their offering. If they can do that, that's the first major hurdle, that they would have passed. And then, of course, the rest of the challenges would not be as difficult to surpass as would the security challenge would be. I think it would be important that these startups put security at the core of their offering. Um, in regards to the other challenges that I mentioned, one is, of course, they need to adopt a lean startup approach and be more customer centric. They can create small solution and see if there is a market for it. If there is a market that can be that does exist, they can then probably look at tweaking the solution, scale it a bit, and then probably reach out faster to consumers, take the product quite aggressively, and then probably expand into the market. um, the other thing I would also highlight is, depending upon the kind of startup or the SaaS startup you are and the offerings that you have, they will have to be a little more creative in the way they promote. I had mentioned about the lack of visibility or losing visibility. They need to see to it that they become more creative. you know I would want to take the example of Dropbox. They appeared when the cloud storage was relatively new as a thing, and they managed to grow about 4,000% in just 2 years by means of simply referral programs. And cloud service is now something which is very usual. you know Again, the security aspect, they were able to deliver on that and give that confidence to the user that they don't need to worry about any of the data that is stored on the cloud of Dropbox, and it is pretty secured. So that's something that startups need to look at. And in terms of the management that I mentioned, the SaaS startups need to see to it that managements that plays a very critical role in determining the direction in which the business will go. So they need to see to it that they have people with the right skills in the managerial team, in terms of research, in terms of understanding the target market, in terms of understanding the consumers, in terms of implementing the growth techniques. And these are some of the traits that they need to see to it that they have a team which is covering a lot of ground as experts themselves, as compared to rely on employees that are hired later on. A great team will hire great employees. And from marketing to developers, once you have the right set of team coming together, probably the rest of the team in terms of the employees will always be one of the best that you could look at.